It was amazing to be in New York. I really love it. It's fantastic. And here in the center of New York, I can just say thank you very much for this hospitality. For both in Washington, Philadelphia and New York, it was excellent. The Free Nations Forum of the Nations of ex-Russia is successfully concluded. It was wonderful to be here. Of course, you know, the freedom of the Russians is not my only topic here. I am always calling for NATO enlargement of Ukraine, and I found powerful partners here. I have also the clear message for Ukraine to be in the European Union, to adopt the euro, for Ireland to join NATO, for Austria to join NATO, for Kosovo to join NATO, for Ukraine to recognize Kosovo, for Kosovo to be in the UN, for Russia to be out of the UN and not of the Security Council, for India to be in the Security Council, to reorganize the UN into 8 regions. I've made the case already. And then also for a better economic governance of the world, more countries with the dollar, with the euro, and of course currency stability, more countries in the OECD, especially Brazil and India, and more free trade agreements within the US and the world and free world, and of course between the EU and the US, and the EU and the US first of all, but also with many other countries where we have been a bit slow. With the recognition of Kosovo, with the free trade agreements, with the enlargement of OECD, with the enlargement of NATO. We should have not a NATO of 31 countries, but of 44. And that is the security of Europe. And I want to thank America for the reconstruction that they have done for Europe, for keeping us free from the Soviets, for defending us and liberating us from the Nazis, and of course then liberating Bosnia, Kosovo, and now Ukraine. This is all extremely important, and I'm eternally grateful. We are your allies in Europe. We should also pay more for the reconstruction and integration of Ukraine, but obviously also America sent the F-16s now. And let's make sure that Russia is driven out of Ukraine and then peacefully dissolved into new and better and freer states, which will be market economies, European democracies. Not all of them can join NATO and EU. Some will, some might, let's say. Some will, I'm sure. But some have to join then this new association, which I've proposed, of the Association of Northwestern States. And it will be also very good. I have to say some things in America have changed significantly, some things not so much. I think America could also learn from the European Union to be a bit better regulated. We could learn from America to be a bit more competitive. And so we should both unite, but we should not have the chicken chloride to divide us. And both of us, we need to be more open to migration, because I see we need more people in America and in Europe, and there are people in the world who want to come, so let's welcome them. Let's be open in trade, open to people, open for the free world, and let's punish the people who are against us and who are hurting us and who are genocidal killers like Putin, and let's dismantle these nations. Yeah? So I think I have a consistent worldview of clarity, and I will promote it. And here in the great city of freedom, of European American friendship, of immigration, I call for openness. I call for openness in trade and migration. I call for more trade agreements, for enlarged WTO, for enlarged OECD, for enlarged OSCE, because we have left Russia and China some kind of vacuum. They fill it with this CSTO, EAO, and all these crazy abbreviations, Shanghai Cooperation Council. This is all unnecessary and evil, and this must be changed, and we must have an offer. Instead of the Shanghai Cooperation, we have the OECD. Instead of BRICS, we have OECD. We must reform the UN. Russia must be out. Kosovo must be in. We must reform the Security Council for India to be in. And this is the logic of Pax Europiana. I will promote that. I will also consider now to support the freedom of the Chinese nations, because I've seen the Chinese are continuing to support Russia after 14 months of war. And so we have to drive also a new reform agenda into ex-China and then ex-Russia. And it's all completely normal. We have seen ex-Soviet Union, ex-Yugoslavia. We have seen ex-Austrian-Hungarian Empire, ex-Ottoman Empire, ex-German Empire. And I say here, They're not coming for me. And I wish you a good time. I think now you cannot hear anything anymore. Thanks a lot from New York. More to come. Bye.